guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelly and this is Yaya Simple Living. So today we are still in the middle of the pantry challenge. So I am going to be using items in my pantry and we are going to make some delicious blueberry lemon scones. I'm going to use blueberries that I harvested out of my garden this summer. I have some lemons in the refrigerator that I need to use, and we're going to make some delicious blueberry scones. And we're gonna put a delicious lemon glaze on top to just sweeten them up that much more. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, come along and let's get started. And if you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you would please subscribe to my channel, help my channel grow by sharing my video with your friends and family and on your social media. I'm trying very hard to grow my channel. So all these subscribers that I can get would really help, and I would appreciate it so much. But enough said, let's get started on our scones. Okay, so we're going to take half a cup of granulated sugar, and we're going to add our lemon zest to that. And what this is going to do is really enhance the lemon flavor of our scones. So let me get this incorporated real quick. And I'm just going to use a fork just to combine it. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Very fresh. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. And then we're going to get started on the rest. Okay, so in a bowl, I am going to mix. Oh, where's my... There it is. I'm like, where's my scooper? All right, I'm going to do 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And you want to scoop your flour. If you're not weighing it, you want to scoop it and then just level it off. So it's not compacted. Okay. So we are preheating our oven to 400 degrees. So to my flour, I'm going to add a tablespoon of baking powder. And half a teaspoon of salt. Oops, that's a whole teaspoon. Well, let me get my half teaspoon measuring. Okay, half a teaspoon of salt. Okay. All right, so let me move some of this stuff out of my way. I like to try and clean as I'm going. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to need to do is I'm going to take a half a stick of cold butter, and this is actually right out of the freezer. And let me get on. Okay, so I'm going to mix all this up. So it's all combined. And to this, I'm going to add the lemon sugar. Mix that up so that it is also combined. So this is really similar to making biscuits. Okay. And then to this, I am going to work my cold butter in. So this is a half a cup of cold butter. I'm going to cut it up into little cubes. Put that back. And the key is you want to keep your butter as cold as possible. So let me put all these cubes in. Oh, my oven is heated. Okay, so you can do this a couple ways. You can do it with a pastry cutter, which let me grab. I'm going to start with my pastry cutter, and then I may move on to my hands if I'm not having a lot of luck with this. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to work in this cold butter, and we're looking for our mixture to get, we want it to be like pea-size chunks. So the butter is all sticking to my pastry cutter. It's better if you can do it with a fork or a pastry cutter like this and use your hands as little as possible, because the heat from your hands is going to melt your butter. And again, you want your butter cold, because that's what's going to give your scones their flakiness. Now, sometimes I will go in and just kind of flatten out the butter a little bit, just to give it some more surface area. In fact, I may do that now. And just kind of flatten it with between your thumb and your finger. And again, this is super cold butter, so it's a little bit harder to do. Okay, so that's pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to start adding our liquid ingredients. So let me pull that together. All right, so I'm going to mix together 1 egg and a half a cup of whipping cream. So I don't normally keep whipping cream in my house, but I do have heavy cream powder. So that's what we're going to use today, just because it tends to go, the whipping cream tends to go bad on me before I can use it. And I'm going to use my little hand thing here. Which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. We want this all whipped together. Okay. All right, let me set that aside and grab a spatula. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly start adding this in and mixing it up till it's all incorporated. It's starting to come together. Okay, so now I'm going to switch to my hands. just to get this all kind of kneaded together. And you just want to mix it until it's just incorporated and there's no bits of dry flour, is what we're looking for. So I want to try and get that flour that's on the bottom mixed in. And you can pick it up with the dough. Okay, so now that I have this almost all the way mixed in, I'm gonna add a cup of blueberries. Okay, so these are blueberries that I grew in my garden this summer, so there's a little bit more than a cup, but we're using it. Oh, there's a couple raspberries in there too. Okay, let me get a couple stems that I missed. Okay, so let me continue working this in. And because these are frozen, that's also going to help my dough stay cold. And you want to keep mixing it until it's all the blueberries are incorporated. And it may change the color of your dough to a pretty purple, but that's okay. All right, so let me get cleaned up. Okay, so I'm gonna flour my pastry mat here. And I'm going to bring my dough and form it into a circle. So I'm just going to go ahead and knead this a little bit to get those blueberries in there. Okay. And I'm going to pat it out until it is about an inch thick. You don't have to use a rolling pin for this. Oh, let me get my bench scraper. Okay. As the blueberries come out, I'm just putting them back. All right, let me get a little bit more flour here. You want to try and keep it even all the way around. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take a baking sheet that has parchment paper on it. Whoops. We are going to cut these into 8 pieces. So there's 4, 6, and 8. And we're going to put our pieces on our baking sheet. And we're going to bake these in 400-degree oven for 18 to 20 minutes. Oh, almost forgot. We're going to brush them with some heavy cream because that will help them have a nice golden color. Okay. You don't need a lot of it. You just want enough to give them that nice, beautiful top. These are quick and easy. They make a delicious breakfast. I mean, I think it took me 15 minutes to put all this together. It'll be 20 minutes to cook, so you could have these in under an hour. All right, so we're gonna put these in the oven. Like I said, 18 to 20 minutes until they're golden brown at 400 degrees, and then we're gonna make a glaze for the top of our scones. All right, guys, so our scones, our beautiful scones, are out of the oven. So we're gonna go ahead and make a glaze for our scones. All right, so my battery cut out when I was doing that. So to make our glaze, we're gonna use a teaspoon of lemon zest, a couple teaspoons or tablespoons of lemon juice. So I'm just gonna juice the lemon that I took the zest off of. And to that, we are gonna add a cup of powdered sugar. So it is called powdered sugar here in the US. In other places, it is called icing sugar. So that's what we're talking about. And this is gonna make a lovely glaze for our scones. And then we're just gonna drizzle our glaze on top of our scones. I'm going to try and get it as smooth as possible. Okay. So I bet I can do it like this. Let me move my scones over so you guys can see better. And we're just going to drizzle the glaze on top of each scone. And that's just going to add a little bit of extra lemon flavor. And it is just going to be delicious. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be beautiful. It just has to taste good. All right, I think we have it. I think I want to put a little bit more on this one. Okay, no, a little bit more on this one too. I guess it's soaking in is the problem. All right, guys, so there you have it. There are our beautiful scones. So, if you enjoyed this video, I would be truly grateful if you would subscribe to my channel and share my video with your friends and family on your social media. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up in YouTube, which is a like. And I will talk to you guys next time we are in the kitchen. And I did all this without going to the store because this is all things that I had in my pantry. So we're still in the middle of the pantry challenge and I'm still standing strong by not going to the store. So, all right, guys, I will talk to you next time. Bye.